What up, campers? What up, gamblers? What up, everyone who didn't have the Chicago Cubs yesterday? What up, everyone who did have the Chicago Cubs yesterday? Now, here, look who's back. Jimmy the Bag. I get Jimmy the Bag. My impression of you after sitting next to you from having you open the show for so many shows in a row has gotten inside of me. It's kind of infectious. The things that the way that you open it. You don't mind if I copy/steal your openings?
No, do your thing.
Yeah.
Man.
All right. So Jimmy is back. You know, like I said, I said that you know we both try. We give every last bit that we have to make these shows as good as possibly can. 99% of the time, that results in some pretty good. If I don't say so myself, I may say so myself. Internet sports betting, handicapping content, video content, and then 1% of the time we burn out and get a virus and we're floored for 2 days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It happened to me 6 months ago or something.
Yeah.
And it's happening to you right now, Jim, right?
Yeah, that was my first full day missing because of sickness since I came down here in the year. Something is wrong with my insides, Peter. Yeah. Something's wrong with my insides. Actually, Pete, it reminds me of a joke from the great Canadian comic Jason Rouse.
Never heard of him.
Good buddy of mine. And Jason was really sick and he went into the doctor. And the doctor said, "Oh, Mr. Rouse, looks like you have a tapeworm. We've got to get that out of you." Jason said, "But Doc, this is a life growing inside of me." It's hard being a single parent. But when you're 18 inches, you're out of the house.
That is funny. That's a funny joke. It made me laugh. That is funny.
Yes, but yeah, something is going wrong with my insides. But you know what? I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm already feeling a little bit of adrenaline. Yeah. And you know what? Maybe I couldn't handle. I had a perfect day on Friday.
I know. I know. I was gonna make a joke about that, but I decided not to. And then you hit Saturday. You're actually on like a 6-game winning streak in MLB or something like that. Yesterday, listen, we can, and I'll say the one thing that did happen while you were gone. Have you been here when this Jessica Fine? Yeah, you remember Jessica Fine. She stepped it up. She was here. She was here 12:03 p.m. Monday morning, hating on me, and it was. I
can't believe this has got to be your first hater. I don't remember you having one. I don't know why Jessica Fine doesn't focus on me. I've got so much to hate.
Yeah,
I think barely anything.
Yeah, no, well. Based on yesterday's results, I do, which is why I'm a little bit surprised that she's not here. Where the hell is Jessica Fine? It's like she comes in and slams me when I'm killing it, doing great shows and everything. Then when I have a shitty day in MLB, she's nowhere to be seen, which is kind of weird. Jimmy the Bag, as we've talked about, at this point in the MLB season, weird stuff happens. Weird, wild, wacky stuff happens with lineups, with pitchers being put in, pitchers being yanked, with big line moves. And yesterday, I did have a couple of solid reads, and talking things out with the chat, with the comments section, I wound up going on a couple of plays that I'm not blaming the comment section. Again, it's my fault. If it's your fault if you make any bet tailing someone or whatever, but I took the Cubs yesterday. Again, the Cubs got steamed. There was like a 40-50 cent line move in favor of the Cubs. They got blown out, right? The Dodgers line got bet all the way up into the minus 200s. They lost. It's pretty interesting. It's these Cubs. Whenever the Cubs are going up against a team and they get like a 60-cent line move in their favor, they usually wind up losing 8-zip. This is the second time that's happened to the Cubs. A 60-cent line move in their favor, and they don't even come close. Don't even score a run.
Yeah, I remember it happening last week. The Bucks are a problem. They're a thorn in the side of both the Cubs and the Brewers.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, like, if this was any other team, I'd be like, all right, but this is the Cubs. I've known about this is the way the Cubs have always been. Did you know I once wrote, this is like 8 or 10 years ago, I wrote a song parody at a House of the Rising Sun about the Chicago Cubs.
Oh, Jesus.
This is how long this shit has been going on. The Cubs have been perennially overvalued for like 25 years. And it seems like even though there's different players and a different manager and different this and that, it seems like the same shit happens. And the Dodgers too. It's been happening with I just realized that, the Dodgers. And the second team that happens to is the Dodgers. The third team that happens to is the Yankees. But I've been staying off Yankees games, so I should have known better. You know what I'm saying? These Cubs, Dodgers, and Yankees lines, especially late in the season as massive favorites, just be very careful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've already... hopefully hit the bottom of the most horrifying capping season of my life. So I wouldn't mind getting a little bit back. I'm very thankful for all the love I'm getting back. I love being here with you guys. It sucked not being around you guys. Superior Sports. We got Nostratota in the house. See Pete fading the must-win teams go 2-for-1. Nice plus take back. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. Can you give us a little bit of that Chicago Cubs song? Can
No,
you
I'm
maybe
not.
find it?
I will. I
Find it
will
later?
in a sec. I
Find
will
it
in a
later?
little bit.
Okay, okay.
I'm just getting back into the swing of things. If I had I had yesterday. I had a bunch of calls and bunch of opinions. I threw on Atlanta second half, which was great. I threw on Milwaukee second half, which was great. I threw on the Cleveland team total over. I wound up taking the St. Louis team total over, and it was all great. And there were a couple plays that were losers, but they were okay. But then I just at the end in the afternoon show and at the end of the morning show, I just decided to jump on the bandwagon and jump on everyone who was all over the Dodgers and the Cubs. And I'm just like, dude, I'm fucking like, I'm like almost 30 years old. I should know better by now not to
Yes.
do that.
Yeah, you should.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're almost 30.
The
God.
Cubs, the Dodgers,
Time
the
flies.
Yankees. Be careful.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That was such a rookie mistake. You know what I mean? The Dodgers suddenly steamed all the way up. Oh, sure, I'll take them. Cubs steamed all the way up. Oh, sure, I'll take them. I should fucking know better. All right, sorry. Now I'm back to see. Now nothing's changed. Here we are back, starting off the show, wasting time with me whining and bitching and complaining. People are like, yeah, so good points, Pete. Can you get to the handicapping? All right, let's see. Let's look at some comments. Yeah, Deddy B says, Loshak, the Nats team total overs. You cashed that too. I did. I didn't give that one as a pick, but I did cash it. So that was a pick. And, it was just... And I had a mild losing day on the NHL picks that I gave out. I did wind up betting Detroit, so that helped a little bit. But I went 2-3 on the picks that I bet, and 1-3 on the bets that I told people I was on. So one of them was a puck line, but still, it's all right. So let's see. What else do we have here? Going on here? Comments, and then let's get into the handicapping. Why not?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to rock. Oh, Israel Williams. God thinks you, just like me, that you're looking so good for 30. Mr. Gokster said everything flushed out, Jim. Sad to say, no, Gokster.
Mm-hmm.
Got more flushing to do, pal.
Unreal. All right, so let's see. What else do we have here? I'm looking for comments here. Tomarino Tomor is saying that wait, where is that comment about the Dodgers? He's saying this is an important game for where the hell is it? Shit. Where is it? Yeah, Yenny Tun. I lost both games, Cubs and Dodgers. Yeah. Let me see. And, let's see what else we have here. Yeah, B-Boy M. How fucking terrible the Cubs looked yesterday. Unreal. They look terrible. Unreal. Paul Marino says the game tonight is critical for the Dodgers. If they win tonight, they should win the division. 3 final games against San Francisco without having to see Bumgarner. I'm telling you, man, this line is going to get bet 80 cents in the Dodgers' favor, and they're going to lose 5-2. It's unfucking real. It's unfucking real. All right, so let's get some other comments, and then we'll jump we'll jump right in. Marco Lou says, "Do you get free healthcare in CR?" Yes, but there's a catch. You have to speak Spanish, and that's the catch. That's the catch. That's what the Republicans should do in the United States. They'd be like, "Yes, we will give you free healthcare, but you have to speak this language that no one can speak." So yes, you do get free healthcare in Costa Rica, but the only people who speak English, you have to pay up. You have to pay up for that. All right, let's see. Other comments coming in, and all right, so yeah,
let's get to work, Pete. We got to step this show up, man.
All right. Was that a lull? All right, so let's start. There were 9 games that had overnight lines in MLB. One of them that didn't was a doubleheader with Boston and Baltimore. That game got rained out yesterday, so we got a doubleheader going on here. I don't know if the lineups are out, but I'm gonna check. Jimmy the Bag, I know you're feeling sick. It's great that you're here. Did you have a chance to do any preparation last night, or?
Yes, I have prepped every game.
You really have.
I really have.
Oh, very nice. I've also prepped the NFL, and I have a couple of picks that I've already given, and so we'll talk about that.
I would love to hear that because I'm way behind on my football.
I can contribute a lot to MLB right now. So we're a team here. This is what we do, Jim. We're a team. All right, so let's see.
Well, let's start with Native Queen, the Oracle.
Oh, shout out to Native Queen.
Miami Marlins, first 5 team total over 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
Nats team total over 2.5. Full game, Miami team total over 3.5, and full game over 8.5. Wow.
Right. Okay. Wow. So in the Baltimore game, we have another huge favorite. Let's look at that at the 1:00 game. Meisinger against Price. Again, this had no overnight line, so I didn't even look at it. So I'm going to check right now and see what the deal is with this Meisinger guy. I would have a vague lean to the over, Jim. I don't know if you looked at this game. Did you? And tell me what you think.
Yeah, I did. I looked into Meisinger as well. In between AA Bowie and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Or right, and AAA Norfolk, he made no start. So this is clearly a bullpen day. He went 2-0, 2.28 ERA, 1.12 WHIP, threw 27 and 2/3, 36 Ks, 10 walks. I don't expect him to be here in the lineup or on the mound very long. Red Sox 15-2 against the Orioles this season, and Price 2-0 against the Orioles, 2 earned runs and 15 innings, 18 Ks. He's looked very good against them. Lefties, 210, 672 OPS off him. Righties, just 231, 682 OPS off him. Orioles can't hit lefties to begin with. But yes, sorry, Susanna asking, any chance will we break down the NHL season and future props this Monday or Tuesday? Yes, that's a great idea, Susanna. Let's book that. We'll figure out the perfect day. But yes, Monday or Tuesday works. Yenny Toon says, Jimmy looks like he just got out of IV. You're right, Yenny, excuse me. I don't feel well. Not flush. Thank you for welcoming me back, my friend. Yeah, this is a tricky spot. The Orioles bullpen is trash. And now they're doing a full bullpen day against Price. I don't know how you'd really find an angle unless you want to do some sort of super run line, trusting a team that's already clinched, which is very dangerous, and a big favorite, which is very dangerous. I'm not going to do that. I don't know if you like team totals overs in this situation.
Yes, I do. I mean, Price gave up a bunch of home runs. His last start against the Yankees was not good.
But that's his house of horrors.
Right.
Can you put a line through what happens in that one stadium?
I don't know. That's a good question. That is the question, isn't it, Jim? I'm not exactly sure. I would be definitely leaning overs here, though, for sure. I mean, look at this. So the Red Sox have already clinched. But look who's in the lineup. It's Betts, Benintendi, Martinez, Bogaerts, Moreland, Kinsler. What's your take on that lineup? Who's out? Who's out for these guys?
Let me just take a look myself, guys.
Yeah, who's out for these guys?
Yeah, I mean, you got Swihart in right field and Devers at third base. So I mean, it's not your best lineup that you could put out. But yeah, it looks like a strong. I mean, obviously, when you start with Betts, Benintendi, Martinez, Bogaerts. That's a good first four.
That is a good first four, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah, no, it looks like they'll be ready to rock. Let's see who's in line for Baltimore. Mullins, VR, Jones, Mancini, Beckham, Nunez, Ricard, Wins, Wilkerson.
Is that bad?
I mean,
that so bad?
It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. All right, listen, I'm gonna what the hell? I'm gonna take a shot with the over here. I am gonna take a shot with the over here. Baltimore, Boston, over 9 minus 120. That's the current line at the Greek and you wager. I'll take a shot with the over here. I am leaning Boston team total overs first half 3 and full game 5.5. Obviously that's a very steep price to pay, but I'm leaning that way. I'm also thinking about a shot with the second half because I agree with you. Price might bounce back here, and it is pretty much a dog shit bullpen for Baltimore in general overall, isn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Definitely.
All right, and I'm going to take the second half here. Baltimore, Boston, second half, over 3.5 minus 120. So those are two plays here. Full game over 9 minus 120. Second half over 3.5 minus 120. I'm coming off a shitty day, but it was just the plays that I forced and pushed and should have known better at my age to do. These are two plays that are not bets that I should have known better. These are plays that are just solid handicapping plays that I'm liking. Game 1, over 9 minus 120, and second half over 3.5 minus 120. We'll do that, Jim.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of love for holding down the show for the last couple of days.
Oh, sure.
Great work. Yeah, I can understand both those plays.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand them.
There was actually some funny stuff. It was nice. I was going back and forth with Jessica Fine. It was some good work. You know what I'm saying? I felt it was a little bit entertaining. And then yesterday, at the end of the show, I made one joke that one person thought wasn't funny, and then there was a huge debate about whether I'm actually funny or not. And that was in itself very funny. So it was great. Thanks for all the love and support and everything, everyone. All right. So any other game you want to identify here, Jim?
Well, I'm surprised the Nationals are as big of a favorite as they are. I did not expect it. Coming into this, that Kyle McGowan would really get the love. There are thunderstorms in the forecast, so I don't know. I do expect the game to go off. 84 Fahrenheit, wind blowing out over right center. Chen, 2.88 ERA over his last 7 games, but still dealing with this issue. 1.62 home ERA, 9.29 road ERA. For his career, 1-6, 4.84 ERA in 11 games. Lefties hit 198 off him. Righties do pretty well, 266, 788 OPS off him. McGowan making his first MLB start. He's been incredible this year. I'm surprised that he didn't stick in the bullpen when he did. Between high A, double A Harrisburg, triple A Syracuse, 8-6, 2.80 ERA, 0.90 WHIP. But it was at triple A where he shone and where the light shone bright. 3-2, 1.20 ERA, 0.66 WHIP, and that's through 52 and a third. 44 Ks, 9 walks. I think this is I think that he's basically facing a AAA lineup. There's no reason why Kyle McGowan can't have confidence. In saying that, I'm surprised. Hako Schofield's a birthday. It's Hako Schofield's birthday. That guy's been with us.
Oh my God!
Day one,
it is?
believing us since day one.
All right, Hako Schofield. My birthday pick might be one of these overs in the Boston-Baltimore game. I'm kind of liking this a somewhat decent amount. And you know what? Let me see. I'm kind of liking this a somewhat decent amount. Go ahead, Jim. Go ahead, Jim. I'm just thinking because the rest of the card, of course, at this point in the season, MLB is kind of tough. So what were you talking about? The Marlins and Nationals?
Yeah, I thought that there might be value on the Nationals, but there clearly isn't. Looking at this line, the only value is to back Wai Yin Chen on the road, which is something that I can understand people not wanting to do. What up, Dark Kent? It's so nice to be back with the team. So I was surprised when I saw this line. I really did. Noli knows, man, joining us as well. Yeah. So I'm very excited about this Astros Blue Jays spot.
Marcus Wood says, Loshak in the bag, best capping team on YouTube for that matter in the country. The rest are just trying to be in your shadow. God, thank you so much, Marcus Woods.
Wow,
Thank you so much, Marcus Woods. Thank you so much. All right, let's go, Jimmy the bag.
Teddy B saying Red Sox first 5 team total over 3.
Sorry, Marcus Woods. I would have responded more to that, except I've got the pressure of a birthday pick for probably the first guy in my memory to say best show ever, Hako Schofield. This is a lot of pressure. Sorry, Marcus Woods. I've got half my brain right now focused on making sure I give a winning birthday pick. And sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I had a shitty day yesterday in MLB, Jim. Right?
I'm just hearing this now. Yeah.
The birthday pick, though.
Oh, I believe it.
Cashed again. I'm not even keeping track anymore. I've had a couple losers in the birthday pick, but the overall long-term record on the birthday picks is just unreal. Yesterday cashed again. It was St. Louis, first 5 team total over, and now I got one for Hako Schofield. I got to give one for Hako Schofield. All right, sorry. Go ahead, Jim. Sorry about that.
Stephen Alla coming in with French Ligue, Olympique Marseille. I don't think that's right. Okay. Team total over 2 at -115.
Yeah, no, that's
Stephen Alla giving some glory.
Olympique Marseille.
Okay, yes, it is. Yeah.
But it's not, Canadians don't pronounce it well.
No, we don't. Even though we're half French.
Yeah, you should.
I think West Coast Canadians don't hammer this well. Yeah,
Olympique Marseille.
I'm not sure what to do with this Marlins National spot. When is that game? Is that another early game? How many early games do we have?
Which one?
How many early games? There's 4 early games, or how many early? Or no, there's
Marco Lou says Pete and Jimmy deserves a radio show in New York. I'm telling you, man. I think it would be good. I think we would attract an audience, Jimmy the Bag. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And because it's because of the secret weapon that we have is mental disorders and emotional disabilities.
Yes.
That's the secret weapon that we have.
All
right, go ahead, Jim.
People understand it, believe in it. Astros, Blue Jays. Is this the time when we can trust the Jays? I guess we have to wait till the lineup comes out. I expect the roof to be closed. It's cold, somewhat cold, a little over 60. Astros lead the season series 4-1. Correa is still dealing with back and oblique issues. They want to get him in some games. He made DH today. Bullpen day for both squads. Reed Foley's only going to go 2 or 3 innings, and he's looked very good in his first 2 or 3 innings. Shaquille Bell saying Miami money line plus 170 is the play. At this spot, it does look sort of like the play.
Sorry, look at this. Can I identify a comment?
Yeah, of course.
Yenny Toon says, I've been following Pete since he still have hairs without the hat. I'm going to trust him again. Red Sox over. His next comment is Cubs, Pete, must win, must win. Yenny Toon, have you been following me for like the last 8 minutes? Because I've addressed this within the past 12 minutes. No, don't take the Cubs as a favorite in a must-win spot. I mean, we'll talk about this game later on. Maybe I will wind up taking it. But no, don't take the Cubs today. All right, go ahead, Jim. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm cutting you off left and right. Sorry, go ahead.
No problem. Mr. Gokster said call the sweep here. Don't see why the Astros don't dummy the Jays. No Jays, no fade, says D Bankroll. Yes, I heard other people believing in this Astros squad. The Astros clinched last night. Did they party in Toronto? It's a good city to do that in. I think Reed Foley should be able to get through the first 2 or 3 innings. Maybe it makes sense to wait and see this what the lineups are. Astros don't hit righties hard. We know that they hit hard on the road. The Jays actually have better numbers against righties than the Astros. So
yeah, I know.
Hako Schofield says Astros still drunk. They got to be hungover. Fade the Astros. I think there is value here. What line would we get on the money line for the Jays?
It's in the -130s.
Not what I was hoping for.
Well, but I mean, that's actually the kind of line that you want to see if a line that's like going to push people off it. It's like, no, I'm not going to fade the Astros as a dog. So that's when the market is telling you, yes, do it.
Paco Healy says they got hammered last night, guaranteed. Marco Lou Jays will play for Gibbons' final game in the Skydome. D Bankroll, I'm a Torontonian, but we Jays are back on a rebuild. Mr. Coach said, I do like Reed Foley, Shaquille Bell liking Blue Jays money line. I guess this will take a little bit of time to figure out, wait for the lineups to come out. But Tomer says Houston, obviously a very good team, but it's not the same offense as last year. Correa has not hit consistently. Dave Wang says, don't fade the Astros. 100% under game. Maybe he's right there. What is the total on that?
It's low. Again, it's low, 8, which is maybe the market trying to tell you something, right, Jim?
Yes. Gas Station Sushi says Astros will play backups.
If we had a radio show, we would write songs about gambling and life in general. Have you ever heard my song, Don't Tail Me, Bro? I'm Cold as Ice. You ever heard that one?
No,
That's a good one. That's a good one. The last line is all I got left in this world is my Zoloft and my pride. It's a blues song. Don't tail me, bro. I'm cold as ice.
God, it sounds cold
yeah,
as ice.
It's good.
I like it.
All right, Jimmy the Bag. Sorry, I'm all out of sorts now that Jimmy the Bag is back, but out of sorts in a great way, Jimmy the Bag.
Oh, I'm happy to be back. I missed you guys. Brian Watson liking Mets first 5 under. I can hear that, but let's go. We'll keep moving on in chronological order. Royals at Reds. I'm interested in the Reds. I'm also interested in a first 5 under here, although the wind is blowing out to right center strong enough. Reds have lost 9 of 12. They scored only 16 runs in those last 12 games. Their offense seems to be stalled. Phil Meyer has given up 2 runs or fewer in 3 of his 5 starts. The other 2, he did get touched. He did go 7 innings against the Pirates last Wednesday, allowed 2 runs, 8 hits, looked very good. Lefties hitting 242, 683 OPS. Righties hitting pretty hard, 289, 807 OPS. Reed, though, 5.59 ERA in parts of 3 major league seasons. It looks like he's come together, and we talked about his interviews and how he's feeling psychologically. I was saying it's time for him to go out and show it. He's been doing that. He pitched 6 scoreless innings in each of his last 2 games, shut down the Marlins, then shut down the Cubs. Lefties just 206 with a 550. Didn't write the last number, but a light OPS off of him. Righties hitting 271, 749 OPS off him. So both of these pitchers get touched by righties. Dave L.A. going Royals to score first. He's been scoring with that. I believe that's 5 hits in a row he's got off that. Great job, Dave L.A. Royals hitting 232, 657 OPS off of lefties. I like this opportunity for Reed. Mm-hmm. I think this could be a low-scoring spot. What are you thinking about this game? Phil Meyer Reed.
Oh yeah, that one is. It's just there's so many comments coming in that are great about NHL, about college football, and also and great comments from Dan Kelly as always. Yeah, this was a tough one. Reed's last start. I don't remember if that was a show that you were here for or not, but yeah. I did accurately call Reed having another good start against Miami. I had the Cincinnati first half, and I had the team total under. I like Reed. I think he's in a nice groove right now. And Phil Meyer is pretty good as well. This one I was thinking about taking a shot with the under on. I wouldn't take a shot with Cincinnati here because that line is just too high.
What is it at?
I mean, it's minus 150s. I mean, we saw yesterday Cincinnati is just not, even with Reed's only going to go a few innings, and 5 innings. I'd be leaning according to my notes here, KC second half and the under is what I was thinking about. That's what I was thinking about.
I'd be more interested in the first 5 under than I would the full game under, just in case the bullpens allow. What you have for wind here blowing out
in Cincinnati?
Yeah.
All right, let me find it. We are not checking some of the sites that have questionable wind. Small wind blowing out, negligible. I would say
under 6.
About 6. About 6.
I like this. I like this spot for a first 5 under. Has there been movement in this total?
Let me see. No, there had very teeny move to the under, but basically no movement. Phil Meyer's been good, hasn't he?
He has been good, and he's been good on the road too, where we thought that might be his Achilles heel.
Yeah.
Okay, I will make my first bet of the day on the first 5 under 5 here.
I mean, I can't say I disagree with it, Jim. KC Sin first 5 under 5, and that will be minus 115 right now at Bookmaker, minus 115. First 5 under 5, minus 115. I'd be leaning under. I'd be leaning first 5 under, and I'd be leaning KC on the second half as well. Let me see what this, probably like minus 110 though. Let me see what the KC line is here for the second half is minus 105. I guess this game starts after the evening show, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off on that one. But again, leaning KC second half, leaning first half under, leaning full game under, and maybe a slight lean to the KC first 5 innings team total under as well. I am kind of a believer in Reed right now. I just like what he's been doing. And all right, let's move on. What else we got?
Let's move on. 0819 1978. Vince says, "What's a good bet site to use?" We have a promo going on with Intertops right now, and if you have never had an account with Intertops, you can go in with the new account, get the bonus, and then come back before the Super Bowl and get the reload bonus. We have 2 bonuses at Intertops, which is a great book. If you just click on the bottom of our YouTube page. Let's just keep rolling. Brewers Cardinals. Chacin game time temp 70 Fahrenheit. Wind blowing sideways. Chacin coming off a no decision in 4 innings. He allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and a strikeout. He did beat Gant and the Cardinals August 19th. 4 hits, 6 shutout innings. Chacin has a pretty nice. Oh wow, what am I saying? A bad career outing. Sorry, look at that. 6.10 ERA over 52 in the third. Sorry, lefties hit Chacin. It's righties that can't touch him. So you'll see a lot of lefties in the lineup against him. Gant has the same situation, but he handles both pretty well, actually, to be honest with you. Lefties 206, 654 OPS. Righties 223, 639 OPS. But Gant looks like he may have been figured out. His last 2 starts have been pretty bad. This is a spot where Gant needs to pitch well. The Cardinals need a win, and they need to stop the Brewers train. And Chacin did look susceptible his last start. Do you have any edge or angle here?
No, I'm just looking at all the people I love in the comment section. Nutflush Allen says, these 2 guys are gold, Jerry, gold. All I want to do in my life is live at Nutflush Allen's house, be Dan Kelly's assistant for work, and then take a bunch of vacations to Canada, hanging out with all the Canadian folks that we have, Mr. Gokster and everyone else. That's all I want to do. Sure. I want to work for Dan Kelly, live with Nutflush Allen's family, and then take a lot of vacations visiting Canada. That's all I want to fucking do.
I get it. I want to work for Nasty Nate.
Drop dead.
I want to work for Nasty Nate and his boss. I want to deliver. I want to be on the road. I want to be a road warrior. That's what I would prefer to do.
In the meantime, Noli knows says, Pete, did you take Western Michigan? They're now favorites. Again, I bet it at 2.5. Yes, I didn't give it as a pick officially, although I talked about it nonstop, how that was my lean. Kyle Jack is on the other side. So if I have to give Western Michigan as a pick, I'm going to have to take him at the current much worse line. But yes, I did bet it on the opener at 2.5. Absolutely. Did I give it as a pick? No. Nolly knows. I know. They are a favorite here. All right, go ahead, Jim.
Hal Abraham says, fade the Cards here. Brewers on fuego. They are. And Dan Kelly says, I got work for you.
That would be my fucking... One thing I noticed in life is that if you can't be your own boss, having a boss who's awesome, it changes everything. It changes your whole life. You know what I'm saying? It's just a joy to go to work when you love your boss. It's not easy to find because power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely Jimmy the Bag.
Dave L.A. says Brewers team total over play of the day. How could he be wrong there?
I'm leaning Brewers second half again. I'm leaning first half over on this one as well.
Just looks susceptible. What is the Brewers team total over?
The Brewers team total over. For first 5 or full game? For full game, it would be 4. Not bad. And for first 5, oh my God, just 2. Well, we have to check the lineups though. Is everyone going to be in the lineups for the Brewers?
That I think Dave L.A. just found us the best play I've seen so far.
Yeah, I'm
going to jump on both.
But don't you think Chacin is vulnerable as well? Why wouldn't you like just the first half over? You don't think Chacin? He's not as vulnerable as Gant. I acknowledge that.
Chacin's coming off a bad start, but he still can get righties out. Now let's look at this Cardinals lineup. Generally speaking, they're big bats. Carpenter and such are lefties. Yeah, I can. What would be the first 5 over?
For whom? For both, it's 4.5, but plus money, which is weird that it's gotten bet down. Yeah, I think Milwaukee first half team total over at 2 has got to be a play there. I mean, I was looking at this one. I was thinking Milwaukee second half again. I guess I'm just concerned that there might be some lineup.
Kobe is looking for an assist.
Kobe is.
Yeah.
Oh, I would, of course. Except the problem is that's Canada. So I'd have to get.
We can get you paperwork.
You think so? You think if I came in with a list of 500 low baggers signing a petition saying we want to give Loshak citizenship? Would that hold any sway?
No, that's not how we do
That's not how it works?
That's not how we do it.
If they stood outside of what's the guy's name? What's the guy Justin Trudeau's
office
said, Loshak citizenship, Loshak citizenship, power to the people? No, isn't that how Canada works?
You know what? Justin Trudeau is doing a lot of unpopular things up there.
Is he?
So maybe that would turn things around if he brought you
Yes, he would. Yes, it would. All right, listen, we got to make
taking both. First 5 team total over and full game.
For Milwaukee.
Yeah.
All right, so first 5 is going to be over 2. Team total over 2 minus 106. That's the current line at Pinnacle, and the full game at Pinnacle is just 4 minus 112. Milwaukee team total over 4 minus 112. Yeah, that seems really low. Does someone know something about Gant that we don't know? Why are these team totals so low?
Gant just has not looked good. He
Control
got
issues,
beaten up by the Dodgers, and then he came back, lasted 2 2/3 against San Francisco. The light-hitting Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Oh, Paco Healy's looking for a full-time nanny.
don't know if I have nanny written all over me. I mean, I love kids, but I've never been around them. So it's like, although the few times I have hung out with kids, I definitely entertain them. They like me.
No,
They like me for sure.
everybody likes you, man. I no, and Jessica Fine, I do think likes you as well. I have to look into what she was. But Nostra Toda taking reverse run line on dog, super reverse run line on the dog, and the reverse run line on the fave. Any of these two lineups in this game, Brewers Cardinals, says any of these two lineups can go off the below average pitching in the Milwaukee St. Louis series. Wow, that's very interesting. Hal Abraham's on the Brewers Rockies parlay at plus 196.
Kobe Valentine says, Pete, I'll find you a MILF to give you a green card, LOL, or even better, a BBW. They got some high quality BBWs in Canada. I know you know what I'm talking about. Man, they got some nice BBWs in Canada. All right, let's move on, Jim. Sorry. All right. Sorry. This is a pretty good show, right? We're getting the handicapping done here. All right, Jim. I guess I can't not take Milwaukee first 5 team total over. If that one doesn't cash, if that one cashes, I'm going to be so mad at myself for not taking it. Just 2 minus 106 with Kant. So I'm throwing that one on there as well. I think you're playing the full game over is good as well, since I'm also leaning Milwaukee second half. All right, go ahead. What else do you want to discuss here, Jim?
Newcomb versus DeGrom. Newcomb looks very susceptible. May not be in the rotation come playoff time for the Braves. Game time temp 76 Fahrenheit. Wind blowing out to left center. Pretty strong. There's a thunderstorm in the forecast early. I hope they do push the game back. Because, we would like to see DeGrom get another start. But let's talk about Newcomb right now. 2-4, 6.52 ERA in 8 starts since coming in 1 out of that no-hitter. Took the loss September 16th, allowed 5 runs, 3 innings as Atlanta fell to the Nats 6-4. Newcomb 2-2 with a 2.15 ERA and 5 starts against the Mets. Lefties are hitting 198, 712 OPS off of them. Righties 239, 682 OPS off of him. And DeGrom, we can talk about how good DeGrom is nonstop. And he cares right now about this start, right? He's going for his Cy Young. Red Girls on the Mets first 5. Mr. Gocher says Milwaukee second half. Peter, write it down.
Milwaukee second half. Yeah, I was leaning that way as well. The Atlanta game yesterday, of course, people remember that I came and I said no-brainer play on Atlanta second half. That one cashed easily. Today, maybe even more of a no-brainer play. I'm just a little bit worried that maybe DeGrom at the end of the year will extend out and throw a complete game shutout or something. But Atlanta second half minus 115, no-brainer play. I'm definitely on that one. Atlanta second half minus 115, no problem. Red Girl likes the Mets first 5 under. Ralph Portuando likes the Mets under. I hear you. I'm just very concerned about Newcomb. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Newcomb is an ace when his control is on. When his control is off, forget about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a low total.
Tomar says Newcomb has control issues. DeGrom wants a Cy Young. Newcomb doesn't pitch deep, and Atlanta's bullpen is bad. I'd lean Mets. What? Non-applicable says Mets are a shit the bed bet. Sorry, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, the Mets on the first 5 at minus 175 looks a little bit tempting, I guess. The Mets on the first 5 team total over to hit Newcomb. I'm definitely not liking Newcomb right now. That's 2 plus 105. I mean, that's just an educated guess on whether Newcomb will solve his control issues somewhat unexpectedly here, because if he doesn't, first 5 over 2 at plus 105. Come on.
That does sound nice.
Come on.
Mr. Goxer says he's great on the road, Pete.
I know. That is the one weird thing. I don't understand that. His road starts have been awesome recently. I mean, they've come against some chintzy competition in general. I think there was one against Miami thrown in there. The lineups that he's faced on the road have not been great. But yes, that's absolutely true. Stark home road splits for Newcomb, much better on the road. So yeah, I guess my only concern here about the Atlanta second half play is just that again, like what someone else said, that Newcomb might going for the Cy Young might go deep. And try to pitch a complete game and really extend himself out here. Yeah. Let's see. Joe Licari says Atlanta first 5 team total under 1.5. I mean, yeah, Newcomb looks like he is absolutely on his game and not likely to have a speed bump here at all. 1.5 minus 130 at Heritage. Let's see what Pinnacle has, minus 130. I mean, that's pushing it, but long-term viewers of my shows will know that I was doing that with Corey Kluber when he was in top form, and those were money in the bank every single time. First 5 team total under 1.5, even at minus 115, minus 150, whatever. Sometimes you'd give up a run, but much more often than not, you'd cash that one. And it seems like DeGrom is just unhittable right now, right? Is there any reason to think he's not?
No, I think this is a big start for him on his Cy Young campaign. I think to pitch well, I'd expect him well.
It's just there is a little bit of rain in the forecast, which could throw things off. You know, when the mound gets Kobe Valentine will know this, right, Kobe? When things are moist and the mound is a little bit wet, that can throw your mechanics off, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt. And let's see. Crypto Capper saying Correa is in the lineup. I read that they were going to try to DH him today, but who knows how hard he partied last night. Yeah, I don't know what to do exactly with Bregman and Altuve are out. That's a nice spot for the Jays. Bregman and Altuve out.
Actually, I would like to ask you that question directly, Kobe Valentine. Of course, Kobe Valentine was a pitcher who I think went to AAA, right? Kobe Valentine, when it's raining, does the moisture on the mound affect your mechanics? I would assume absolutely yes. You know what I mean? Because of course the landing point is the firmness of the landing point matters. You know, I'm sure that in the major leagues they fix that stuff more than in the minors. But I would assume, Kobe Valentine, that when things are raining, not raining where the game gets delayed, but when there's moisture in the air and light rain coming down, not enough to get the game called, but enough to, you know, be noticeable, that would definitely affect your mechanics on the mound, wouldn't it?
Yes, he says yes.
There he goes. There he goes. Yo, you read it. Go. Yeah, there he goes. I twisted my ankle in the first inning once because my landing foot slipped in the dirt on the mound. Of course. I even knew that, and I only reached Little League, 7th grade. You know what I mean? But even I knew that. Yes, of course it would. Jason Goforth says, Pete, do you like over or under in Boston first game? Jason Goforth, over, and I've already made them official picks. Over 9 minus 120, and the second half, over 3.5 minus 120, and that will be a birthday pick for Hako Schofield. First game, Boston, second half over 3.5 minus 120. There you go, Hako Schofield. It's not a lock, but if this one doesn't win for you, pal, I will be very, very, very disappointed in myself. But there you go. Birthday pick, Baltimore, Boston, second half over 3.5 minus 120. Straight to Hako Schofield. Happy birthday, Hako Schofield.
Yeah.
Hope you have a fucking fantastic year this year.
What a great guy.
Yes.
John Garcia says major cold front expected to come in. We'll play unders on games as cold front approaches game time.
Which one?
On all of them.
On all of them. Yes. Yes.
Let's keep rolling. Yankees at Rays. Tanaka versus Danik. Tanaka 12-5, 3.67 ERA, 1.11 WHIP. Being excellent against the Rays this year. 1-1, 1.20 ERA, 3.56 ERA, and 13 career starts. The only place where he's looked a little more susceptible is at the top, where he's 4-2, but with a 4.41 ERA. These Yanks are dealing with injuries, man. Gregorius and Hicks are expected to be back in time for the playoffs. Torres is now hurt. Gleyber Torres now. He's expected to be back right away after missing just one game. Lefties are hitting 231 with a 649 OPS off Tanaka. Righties hitting 241, 748. And then it's going to be Stanek, and then Trinos will come in right after. Stanek has looked great, but he did get touched recently, but he's had a very nice season. Trinos as well, 4-5, 3.68 ERA, 1.21 WHIP. Righties, the Yankees hit righties hard, 248, 770 OPS. Rays have a nice average at 259, but just a 739 OPS against them. Joel Akari says Yanks are rolling, not applicable on New York Yankees. Do you have a spot? Do you have a play here on Yankees Rays?
No, there was no overnight line for this one. I will look at that. It's an evening game, right? So yeah, I mean it's these Rays games are tough. They're a great team, but I have generally been staying off them. It's you know, things are getting kind of funky with their experimentations. You know, it's done well for them overall. Although I have seen some numbers that indicate that it's only been slightly beneficial to them doing what they do with their bullpen days. But yeah, no, I have no opinion on that one as of right now, and maybe I will you know, have a play on that one in the afternoon afternoon show. But
let's
right
keep
now.
rolling.
Yeah.
Buccos against the Cubos. Nova versus Quintana. Game time temp 62 Fahrenheit. Wind blowing out, but sideways and not too strong. Cubs have now lost 2 straight. Now just a half game up on the Brew Crew. Very dangerous. Nova 9-9, 4.01 ERA, 1.25 WHIP. 2-0 in 3 starts this month. Surrendered just 2 earned runs in those 3 starts. Struck out 15 in his career against the Cubs. 4-2, 3.27 ERA. Lefties hit him hard. 279, 815 OPS. Righties not as much. 249, 710 OPS. Quintana did not look good against the White Sox in his last start, and he had been rolling.
Yeah.
He had been rolling, and that came to a screeching halt. 1-1, 2.74 ERA in 4 career starts against Pittsburgh. Lefties don't hit him hard. Righties hit him quite a bit harder. 247, 754 OPS. Cubs hit righties hard, and Pirates have a nice average, but don't hit with a lot of power against lefties. What do you say here, Pirates, Cubs?
First of all, I think that start against the White Sox, total pass for that one. His strikeouts were still there. The wind was blowing out. That was that game, if you remember, that I was all over the overs on that one, and his peripherals were good. I give Quintana a total pass. I'm not saying he's going to have a good start here, but I give him a total pass on the White Sox. Just FYI. Yeah.
That's good. That's important to know. Nostra asking me if I'm hedging the Jays in-play game, liking my move to take them AL. Yes, I'm thankful that I got him AL. That was a real fun drunken night. We were figuring all that out together, Nostra. But I have not decided about the hedge with the Yankees. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of leaning to not hedge. I still have a poor bet from the early in the year on the Yankees to win the World Series, which I don't think will happen. But I just I think I would wait to see if they make it through before I hedge. But I'd be curious to hear what you think about that. Maybe we'll talk this week about it. Yeah, I like you're giving Quintana a break on the last start. Are you thinking of going back to the well with the Cubs?
I'm thinking of getting just a bottle of Seco Barbital, going all in on the Cubs. And if it wins, great. If it loses, chug the bottle. That's all she wrote, baby. No, I'm not going to take the Cubs here. Ivan Nova, I was thinking maybe the Pittsburgh on the second half. The Cubs are just clearly an overvalued team. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
I do.
No, yes, they were overvalued 2 games ago. They were overvalued last game. Guess what? They're overvalued today again. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not betting the game. Cubs shouldn't be minus 180 against anyone, in my opinion. 12 runs in their last 10 home games. Not a strong bullpen. They missed drop.
Yeah. I'd be leaning Pittsburgh. And also, isn't Bryant is out as well, I believe, right? He got injured and he's out, right? Maybe that's good. Maybe that's good.
Not Flush Allen saying, guys, sorry I missed the start. Is there any clear thoughts on this early game? Yeah, I'm off it at this point, but Pete has a big play on the over.
I hit the over 9, and the second half over I hit the 9 over for 1 unit. Second half over 2.5, 3. Second half over 3.5 minus 120 for 2 units, and that is also a high pressure birthday play for Hako Schofield. So yes, not Flush Allen. I'm on it. Full game over, 1 unit. Second half over 3.5 minus 120, 2 units, and a birthday play wrapped in there. Okay,
so no move on this Pirates Cubs at this point, and I can understand. Once the prison pocket gets violated, you don't want to allow it the opportunity for that to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be leaning second half, and this might also be one of those spots where if you're liking the second half and it cashes, the alternative run line might be worth a play because Pittsburgh on the alternative run line is plus 310. You know. All right, let's move on.
Nasty Nate says I'm on the road working now. I'll be right beside you at some point in my life, Nasty Nate. Okay, Bieber versus Fry, Indians, White Sox, game time temp, 60 Fahrenheit. There is a cold front coming in. I think that's a very good thought that it was. I believe it was John Garcia had about the cold front.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of all the the temperatures that I saw were expected to be low 60s, right around 60, stuff like that.
Yeah. But love getting that insight from John Garcia. Shout out, Bieber Fry. Bieber gets raked by lefties. 323 with a 930 OPS. You'd think that the White Sox would be able to put some in the lineup against them. Bieber coming off a bad outing against the Red Sox. 6 runs, 8 hits, and 4 2/3. Now, it was in relief. Maybe we can give him a break for that. 1 career start against the White Sox, 6 2/3 scoreless. Fry making his first career start. 4.32 ERA, 1.08 WHIP. Indians smash righties. White Sox don't smash righties. Do you have a play here, Indians, White Sox?
No, I'm going to wait for the lineups because yesterday we were looking at it, and this was a last-minute play that I felt very confident in. We saw that all the big hitters were in for Cleveland.
Do you hear Nasty Nate? Says his boss calls himself Paul Shack now? Putting 500 on the Browns over against the Raiders.
Really? Okay, we'll talk about that because really? Yeah. I was thinking about that's an interesting game. We'll talk about that one.
Cool. Jason Bernard joining us. Thank you for joining us, my man. Okay.
I mean, the Browns have a vicious defense, man.
I said Denzel Ward all week, every single day, all week, and then he was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah.
And Baker Mayfield, I know he came in, looked like the superhero for a half or whatever, but now he's going on the road after the hero performance. I was thinking about the under maybe. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about it later. He's
going up against a team without a pass rush.
Yeah, I know. But all right, let's go. We'll talk about it later. Bieber Fry, you're gonna wait for the lineups to come out. Yes, yesterday. I went on the Cleveland. We talked about that one collectively when the lineup came out, and I was like, definitely going to take. But going up against Shields though, so this one I'm waiting till the line comes out. All right, other games. Philly, Colorado. How about this, Jimmy the Bag? This has been an interesting series, right? On Monday, there were a bunch of people who were saying that Colorado was just absolutely going to roll. They were like, take the Colorado on the run line every game, and there were a bunch of people saying, for both games, Colorado -2.5, Colorado -3.5. And
Wow.
that was I made a nice little. Everyone and their mom was on Colorado, and then there were a few arrogant nerds who were on the other side taking Philadelphia. And of course, we took it in the prison pocket. Myself and Jim Rummy were the only two people on Philly on Monday, and everyone and their mom was on Colorado, and they were totally right. I'm thinking that maybe once again Marquez has been pitching great.
Pitching phenomenal.
Pavetta's been struggling. Maybe Philly team total under. Maybe just another shot with Colorado -1 or -4 or whatever you want to do. It's hard to bet on a team to have these blowout wins, 3 games in a row. But if ever there was one of these games where it looked like that might be warranted, it would be here with Marquez doing so well.
Gotta love the way Marquez is throwing. Home, road,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the lineups he's facing. He's just pitching as well as he ever has. Game time 10-72 Fahrenheit, wind blowing sideways. Back-to-back blowout losses for the Phillies. They've now lost 6 in a row, 17 of 23. Kapler's a clown. Pavetta, 7-13, 4.58 ERA, 1.29 WHIP, 185 Ks and 159 in the third. He's had an okay season. But he's just not looked good lately. No decision Friday against Atlanta. 4 hits, 1 run in 5 innings. That was pretty good. That's as good as he's thrown in a while. He's not pitched more than 5 innings in 5 straight starts. Actually, it's okay. 3.47. That's a better ER than I figured, actually, in those 23 and a third. He's been destroyed by the Rockies so far this year. Lefties hit 275, 777 OPS off of him. The big bats, the Rockies have a lot of big left-handed bats. Marquez is just a beast. 3-1, 2.23 ERA in his past 6 home starts. 11 or more strikeouts in 4 of his past 5 starts. Allowed 3 or fewer runs in 11 straight starts. In those 11 starts, 5-2, 2.36 ERA. Guy's just a monster. Now, the Phillies have done okay off of him. And lefties still hit Marquez, but righties can't touch him at all. Jesse Tyster, Rockies -1, my best bet of the day. I don't know why we'd get off of him. Tomer says, I'm on Rockies. The only concern is they just clinched the playoff berth. I didn't know that they didn't clinch a playoff.
Did they? I don't know.
No, sorry. Maybe you're right. I thought they're a half game up on the wild card. As far as I know, they've not. Let me just quickly check out. That would be.
Sure. I was thinking, maybe Philly team total under, which is just a play on Marquez having another great start. 4.5 -138. Obviously,
Rockies have clinched nothing. Tomer says Rockies have hit Pavetta hard every time they've seen him the last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, if you drop it down to 1.5 or -1, it's not that big of a favorite line, So that might be worth the play. Jesse Dykstra with an interesting comment here. A's are 21-6 in their last 27 off a loss. 13-3 in Jackson's last 16 starts. 40-18 in their last 58 against a starter with a WHIP greater than 1.3. Take Oakland. And Felix Hernandez coming back. It wasn't an arm injury. Now he's maybe gets a benefit from the rest, but I had Oakland second half yesterday. That was a loser. That was one of my loser plays. That was totally fine yesterday, and I might be leaning Oakland second half here again. Edwin Jackson has definitely been serviceable. Hernandez, of course, I was fading him successfully until he went on the DL. Now he's back. Does the extra rest help him? Maybe. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it helps him, but I don't think it's going to help him enough.
Right.
Sorry, let's just finish off the Rockies if you don't mind.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Crypto Capper says Rockies on fire, ride the streak. Dave L.A. says Rockies are looking at Pavetta like hungry wolves. I feel like the Rockies have to be the play here.
They were the play. They were the play in Game 1. Myself and Jim Rummy took it in the drink hole. Game 2, I passed, but I left money on the table. A lot of people were saying Game 2, Colorado -2.5, -3.5, -4.5, whatever you got. Yeah.
The Rockies are just rolling, and the Phillies are just
done,
wallowing in self-pity.
Yeah, and they have a hard. For the Phillies I saw an article about the Phillies have an historically bad defense this year, like the worst ever since they started measuring defense.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. That's the reason why they were trying to keep Franco out of the lineup earlier, but they couldn't because his back got so hot. They're a bad baseball team. Okay, so with all this said and done, I don't see how we can't take the Rockies in this spot.
Okay, I'm going to think about it. It's I might make a decision in the late game on that one, but
Okay, I just Okay, I can hear that, but I don't. What would you get on the -1 line?
The -1 line would be about -145 or something like that.
Um, Okay, yeah. Okay, why don't we come back to that game? Let's
Okay.
go right to that A's spot that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take A's first 5 team total over, full game team total over, and the A's to win on the run line. Yeah, I think it will help Hernandez getting the break.
Yes, one would think. Yes.
But how much will it help him?
Yeah, and the first 5 team total over, it's not 2.5 -145, it's 2 -108.
Oh, give
Come
that
on,
to me right now.
You
Yeah.
can't not do it, right? I think Hernandez. Now this is a play where if it loses, I could see Hernandez coming in here and throwing 5 innings and giving up 1 run.
Possible.
But still, if it loses, I'll go on that one with you. All right, we will both take that one. Oakland, first 5, team total over 2 -108. If this was 2.5 -140, it might be a different story. But at just 2 -108, we're both going to be on it. First 5, team total over 2 -108. And the full game is 4.5 at plus money at Pinnacle, and at Heritage it is. Let me see, where is it? Oakland. It is 4 -130. So you could have 4 -130, or you could get 4.5 at plus 116.
Wow, that's 46 cents difference.
Yeah, I'd probably take a shot with the 116. There's some volatility here. If Fernandez is off, he'll get hit.
Okay, I'll do that.
You want that one?
Yeah.
You sure? All right, so Jim's if this one lands on 4, don't get mad at me, Jim. Team total over 4.5 plus 116, and we are both going to be on the first 5, team total over 2 -108, and I'm even leaning Oakland on the second half as well, even though that avoids Hernandez. Jackson has been very serviceable. I just don't quite trust him, really, although I probably should. And Oakland -1 is probably a good play as well, especially after the loss yesterday.
I'm taking the -1.5.
All right, Oakland -1.5. So we're going to give you the alternative run line here at Bet365. Let's see. Let's look for it. Where is it? Oakland -1.5 plus 190. So you're going to take that.
So the -1 would be a nice plus spot.
Yeah, probably about plus 145 or something.
Okay,
like
you
that.
know what? I won't bother. I'll take the -1.
Okay, so Jim's going to take Oakland -1. All right, so the money line here, best line for Oakland will be plus 104 at Intertops, right? Intertops plus 104, and the alternative run line will be plus 190s. Yeah, so that should work out to about. All right, what the hell? I'll go on with you on that one too. Oakland -1, plus 104 on the money line at Intertops, and plus 190 on the alternative run line at Bet365. All right, what else do we have?
Angel Romero's come in with a play, man. Liking Barcelona says they will crush Leganes today. -1 at -150 is a gift.
Which one?
Take it and thank me later from Angel Romero. Barcelona
tied against Girona last time out. They will crush Leganes today. -1, -150. Take it. That's a gift. And thank you later. Okay, maybe I will. Maybe I will do that. Angel Romero, thank you so much. I have copied and pasted that one. I'm sorry, just with you back now, Jim. We have so much that we talk about, and I would like to talk at least a little bit about NFL and college football, just
Definitely.
5 minutes each or something.
Definitely. Well, then, I don't have a play for the games that we haven't talked about. Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Stripling, Greinke. I feel very uncomfortable at this point. Now, I've capped this game in its entirety, but how much? Yeah, I guess we need to kind of move on. Mendez versus Heaney. We know that the Rangers just destroy Heaney. Mendez is week 2. Maybe this is a spot for an over. But I'm gonna maybe take more time on this. But man, Beltre 7-14 against Heaney with 3 homers. Andrews 7 for 15. Odor 5 for 15. Mazzaro 4 for 11. Gallo 3 for 7. Trinos 4 for 6. 2 homers. He just gets destroyed. And then Perdomo versus Casey Kelly. I tell you what, I think that Perdomo can have a good start here. I really do. And I guess, what is the money line on the Padres right?
The money line on the Padres would be plus 105, about a 5-cent move in their favor.
I really feel like that this is the perfect lineup for Perdomo to get some confidence and believe in himself going into the offseason. I've always liked this stuff. Man, he looked terrible. Terrible earlier in this year. At AAA El Paso, remember that is the PCL, so these numbers, he's a 3.72 ERA, 1.24 whip. That's very good down there. I think he can get through this lineup. I think he can get confident through this lineup. I want to take
Okay. Which one?
I want
San
to take
Diego.
the Padres full game, and I'm going to.
Okay, plus 107 at the Greek. That is the current best line, Greek and BetMania. So Jim's going to take San Diego plus 107. The only other thing I was thinking about was this starter for Detroit, Boyd. He has definitely been vulnerable. He's getting his strikeouts, but he's definitely been giving up home runs. And I was thinking that that Minnesota on their team total overs to hit him. What's your take on Minnesota's lineup right now, just off the top of your head, Jim?
Well, you have Rosario done for the year. Garver is dealing with some sort of injury, and Sano is out of the lineup. So that's a lot to take out of it. But Odorizzi's been pitching so well that you'd have to trust him. But
I was really just thinking about Minnesota to hit Boyd on team total overs.
Well, let's look. Lefties hit 209, 649 off him. Righties 226, 692 OPS off him. The Twins have trouble with lefties, 244, 678 OPS off him. But yeah, he looks very, very susceptible.
Yeah.
There's no question about him looking susceptible. I can understand that play, but Odorizzi's pitching so well. How big are the favorites are the Twins?
You know, in the minus 140s again. I was not thinking about the Twins on the money line, just thinking about the Twins to knock. Again, it is kind of cold weather there, but to knock to hit Boyd a little bit.
57 Fahrenheit, but the wind is blowing out to left field. God, Odorizzi's looks so good, but you don't want to trust him here. He needed 84 pitches to get through this Tigers lineup last time out.
Yeah. All right. I'm thinking about this. Minnesota should be able to put up something, shouldn't they? At some point against someone here, right?
Yeah.
I feel like they should. I do feel like they should. All right, I'll take Minnesota first five team total over. Again, I just can't really not take it. Minnesota first five team total over 2 minus 125. That's an official play, and the full game team total over as well is a lean. And I'll just stick on it stay with one way for now.
Yeah, and those are telling me to be careful. The Giants call-ups have seen a lot of Perdomo in the PCL. I love his numbers in the PCL. I've always liked his stuff so much, and Marco Lou says, Jimmy, I'm running hot right now, and I'm on the Giants' money line. Damn. Damn it.
Yeah. We do want to keep a little bit of a brisk.
Yeah, we need to roll.
Just a little bit of a brisk play. Then there's one other play that I do want to give before it moves. I do want to take the second half over in the Dodgers-Arizona game. That's just 3 minus 140. And I'll take that one. Even though I got burned taking the over yesterday, I had 8. It wound up landing on 7. And Greinke's pitching well. Stripling, who knows we'll get. But I'm going to take Dodgers, Arizona, second half over 3 minus 140. I'm going to throw that one on there as well. Leaning over on that one.
Wow, we got some great stuff from Sasana when we get to college football.
Okay. All right. So you want to move on there?
Yeah. Do you think that I should be? You know what? I'm
Real TC. By the way, I am copying and pasting all of your NHL opinions. Yes, I am, and we will address them at a certain point. What were you going to say, Jim?
Nothing. I'm going to stick with Perdomo here in this spot. Rockies first 5 in full game. What are your expectations on the line? Do you think that the public's going to smash the Rockies as the day moves on?
I'm the public going to smash the Rockies almost definitely. Almost definitely.
And but you'd have to, I just feel like, do you think that Pivetta turned a bit of a corner last start and he'll end the season strong, or do you think he's as susceptible as anybody?
Mikey D2224 says, Sosana, co-chill roid freak. Write this down, number 1. Mikey D, roids work. I'm not against steroids. They work. Let's see. What else do we have here, Jim?
I'm thinking of backing this Rockies team. They just have such a good thing going here, and I just feel like that they should be trusted right now, and that the foot is on the throat of the Phillies, and the Phillies aren't even trying. But you have to find the right angle. Let me make one move here. Let me take the Phillies on the first 5 minus 1. I'm gonna take that. That is that's minus 120. God, that's not good.
Hey, I'm copying and pasting all of Sosana's comments here. Yes, Sosana. I don't care if he's a roid freak. Roids work. Steroids work. Let's see. Sosana has 4. Write these downs for me, Pete. All right, let's see.
Yeah, it's a nice college football. He's got it from 3 weeks from now. It's exciting. Sosana giving us a heads up on a big play he's going to make.
All right, so let's see. I'm just looking at comments here. Okay, Jimmy the Bag. There's so many comments coming in.
Wow, Kobe saying Harper's in full uniform 3.5 hours before the game, wants to get here early, enjoy putting on the white jersey for what might be the last time. Does he smash here? Oh, and Barsaman joining us says Barsaman can rotate players today because he's going to play with the last of the table, and the Real Madrid goes as visitor against Sevilla. which is a strong team. They go without Isco and maybe Casemiro do not play either.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Barca man does not like Barca on the spot, even though our guy Angel Romero loves them.
Mm-hmm.
But Angel Romero says later today I will have 2 Mexican plays that will cash. Okay, that does scare me, and thank you for letting me know about how hot you've been, Marco Lu. I don't want to go against them, and why bother? I guess this one. Maybe I'll have to take it away at the late. Okay, so I'm not going to make a move on the Rockies. I don't think I should take a -120 at -1 here.
Teddy B says Loshak Jimmy's Rockies will win. Love this play. It's a chalky play. It's a fucking play.
Jason Bernard says would stay off Rockies today. Homer says Pavetta doesn't pitch deep and has struggled versus lefties. Natalie Alvarez joining us. Thank you for being back and giving me the warm, kind welcoming. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna hold off on the Rockies spot, I guess, and figure out the exact way I want to play it. Okay, I'm ready to move on.
All right, let's quickly move on to we'll do 5 minutes on NFL, 5 minutes on college football, and then we can discuss more of this in the evening show. NFL, Jimmy.
Can I see where I stand with my official pick?
Yes, and Jimmy the Bag. Once again, I've never made a mistake in picks tracking, but I could make a mistake. So you track them yourself and make sure that. Yeah. Do you have the NFL? You have the NFL? Yeah, I think you're 500. I think you're exactly 500. You thought you were better? Is that what you're thinking? Okay.
No. That's sort of where I had myself. Okay.
Yeah, and I am 4-3. Although I was, when people were talking about the Pittsburgh game, people nailed that Pittsburgh game, and I was like, if I had a free play, I'd give Pittsburgh. If I had a free play on the over, on total, I'd take the over. I didn't have the ball. I was talking for like 10 minutes about the Pittsburgh team total over. Didn't have the balls to give it.
I had the over as my best bet and beat the prick, but
nice.
but that was sort of fortunate. That was fortunate to hit. I know. I mean, there was a red zone pick that went against us, but a red zone pick that worked for us. If you had told me the Steelers are going to get 0 points in the second half, I would think, well, I have no chance of hitting that.
And Natalie Alvarez once again said the Steelers are going to have 23 by half, and he was totally dead on with that one. These are the 2 picks I've given so far in the NFL. I did give Minnesota team total over 20.5 against the Rams. Now that the line is up to 7, I'm also leaning Minnesota +7. And the other pick that I gave was the under 47 in the San Francisco Chargers game, which might have been a little bit hasty, but I just feel like San Francisco is going to play a conservative game plan. Chargers coming off a game where they got gashed defensively. They need to step it up defensively. And so I took the under 47 in that one, and I took Minnesota team total over 20.5. Other plays that I was leaning towards, Tennessee team total under against Philly. Dallas team total under against Detroit, although Kobe Valentine very notably thinks Dallas is going to roll here, and he predicts them getting into the 30s. Wow. Maybe a shot with the Green Bay team total under, although it's unclear how hurt Aaron Rodgers is. I was thinking that Aaron Rodgers is legitimately hurt enough that Green Bay is going to be cautious with him, but other people gave the opinion that he's just faking it and he's not really hurt. I also took Cincinnati Atlanta over 51. I think that line is going to get bet up, and if I want to take it back, I'll be getting 52.5 or 53.
It felt good. The Panthers putting it right in the bottom mouth of those Bengals. I felt really good watching that, man. God, that felt good.
And I would also be leaning Atlanta team total over. And I was also leaning the Jets getting a bunch of points against Jacksonville and the under in that one as well. Jimmy the Bag, I don't know what you've looked at in terms of NFL. What are you thinking?
Yeah, no, I need time. That's taking the back seat. I would already be off and rolling after. Thank you, by the way, for taking care of the audible. Sure. You did a great job. I'm going to need time.
Jim.
I'm going to need time on NFL and college. I'm way behind in football right now.
Sure, Jim. Yeah, NFL. So why don't I just go over the card, and why don't you, while I'm going over the card, because we do have 3 more minutes, we're going to do 5 minutes on NFL, 5 minutes on college football. Why don't you look at any interesting comments that come in while
right away, Noli knows who's so good with totals is against you guys, against at least Kobe on the belief that Dallas is going to run up a score because he has Detroit Dallas under 43.5. Another total he's on is Chicago Tampa under 46.5.
Okay. Yes, I was. All right. So again, I was looking at this Minnesota Rams. I've already given Minnesota team total over, and I'm definitely leaning Minnesota +7 now that the line is up to 7. Miami, New England, total pass for me. Houston, Indianapolis. That's a wacky, crazy game. Total pass for me. Cincinnati, Atlanta. I took the over at 51 -105. Leaning Atlanta team total over as well, and I guess leaning Atlanta minus the points as well. Buffalo, Green Bay, leaning under, leaning Green Bay team total under. Detroit, Dallas, not necessarily leaning under, but definitely leaning Dallas team total under again. Kobe Valentine expects Dallas to have a better offensive game. Jets, Jacksonville, leaning Jets plus 7.5. I bet it. Leaning the under at 38.5. I bet that one. And I did also take a parlay, correlated parlay there. Jets plus 7.5 with the under 38.5. Tennessee team total under, definitely a play I'm leaning towards. Seattle, Arizona, thinking about the over on that one at the low total. Cleveland, Oakland, I'm thinking that Oakland wins this game. You know what I mean? I know that, Cleveland has a vicious defense, and Baker Mayfield looked awesome. But now they go on the road. They're coming off that big win, and Oakland is a flawed team, but Carr's still good,
Baker just looked a little different than the rook. Like when Darnold had that first start, we were like, well, wait till he goes. I know it was a road start, but wait till he goes back home in front of his home fans. Baker just had an air of confidence about him that was. I'm not saying I'm on the Browns. I'm just saying it felt different. It felt like a number one overall saying, look, I can do this. And we've never seen anyone really be able to do it this early in his,
Yeah, definitely. I'm just saying that I haven't bet Oakland yet, but that's the way I'm leaning.
Sure.
Then we got San Francisco Chargers. I took the under on that one at 47. Giants in New Orleans. I'm thinking, Giants. I've gotten so burned by taking the Giants, having bad reads on Eli Manning, when he's going to be good, when he's going to be bad. But I am definitely leaning Giants plus the points as a home dog here, and also Giants team total over. New Orleans obviously is vulnerable defensively, and Giants team total over. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, I am leaning Baltimore plus the points. KC, Denver's a total pass for me as of right now, and that's it. Any opinions coming in, Jim?
Jahanzib Khan saying take New England minus 6.5. I took the points with Detroit on Sunday, and a half unit on the money line upset. This is a perfect bounce back spot. Miami just doesn't play it close in New England ever. I like that take. I think that's a good take. Bill Butler has another big play for this weekend, like my last Fuller, plus 850 winner. Wow, great job. Sterling Shepard have 1 TD and 100 yards. Ingram out. OBJ will be shadowed by Lattimore, plus 750. Saints D suck.
Yeah, they do.
Great job,
do.
Bill.
I know. Yeah. Kobe Valentine, Giants will most likely be my best bet on the NFL card. Okay, that's what I was thinking as well. Giants plus the points and Giants team total over.
Marco Lou, Vikings has some really weird off-field issues. I'd love to get more info on that. If you can, Marco, I'd love to hear that. Ray Williams says Baker struggled throwing to his left. Almost all his completions were the right side of the field. Lou Chase Fox says, do his legit Mayfield seek out bottom mouths and abuses them on the
That's
field?
what you got to do,
you gotta
man.
Seek them.
It's a dog-eat-dog world there. If you want to survive, if you want to thrive, you got to seek out the bottom mouths.
Now, Pink Eye Genie's not going to like hearing this. He spreads pink eye awareness, but I understand what you guys are saying.
Look, I mean, there's some negatives that come with it. You seek out the bottom mouths, you abuse them. You might have a little minor viral infection here and there.
Sure.
But on the flip side, you're going to dominate life seeking out those bottom mouths and abusing them. All right, Jimmy the Bag.
Jihad
I'm losing my
Khan
shit here.
backing you guys saying Giants will crush that New Orleans secondary.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Kobe Valentine, I don't like the Pats here, and I'm a diehard Pats fan. I don't really like the Pats in any spot until further notice. Give me the bag.
Not applicable, saying that Vikings shit the bed again. Flipper 13, Miami to win AFC 50-1. Looking great. You're damn right it's looking good, Flipper 13. How long will it last, though? Tick-tock. Tick-tock. Gas station sushi, in my opinion, can only bet the first halves only. Game plan is only handicappable in the first half. Second half is just a reaction to what happened in the first half. That's sharp. I'd like Gas Station Susie. I had a treat hanging out with him at IPC. Wish I had more time with him. He lives in Vegas. Teddy B. Loshak, Jimmy, the more I cap the game between the Vikings and Rams, the over looks like the play. Short time to prepare. I think both teams score.
Which one?
Oh, and DT Diggs talking about Griffin having the mental breakdown. Hackle Schofield saying fade Texans. Ryan Smith saying Giants, Saints over, and it's probably time for us to move on to NCAA.
Yeah, all right. So a lot of great comments coming in, and all right. So and a lot of disagreement on this Browns game. Just pointing out, DJ Big Boss makes a great point. He says Oakland, the Raiders are cursed. It does seem that way. You know what I'm saying? It seems like they're just a team that. Baseball Bob says love Oakland on Sunday, but DJ Big Boss says the Raiders are cursed. Yeah, it does feel that way. All right, college football.
I'd like to see those records too, if you don't mind.
All right, we can throw it up. My college football. I've had a pretty good college football season so far, but my official picks, I'm only about 50-50 on because I punked out on not giving a few picks that I wanted to give. But this week, so here we go. Let's see what's going on here. I gave up. I was thinking about taking Rutgers at 17.5. That line has not moved much. I did give Louisiana Lafayette at 49. That line is not available anymore. Some people are saying that they like Texas Tech to win outright against West Virginia. I'm going to be covering that game in the pre-snap reads show. I'll be interested to hear what the cappers in the pre-snap reads show have to say about that one. I did take a shot with Arkansas. That line is getting bet up, which is not a surprise, but I did take a shot with Arkansas there. I did take a shot with Kent State, and that line has definitely moved in my favor. The East Carolina game is now up to 7. Once again, I bet that one at 6.5, and it dropped down to 5, and then it bounced back up to 6.5. I grabbed it when it bounced up to 6.5 as an official pick in the show, and now it's up to 7. So
wow.
a lot of crazy line movement in Old Dominion,
I had them
Eastern
last
Carolina.
week. It was nice.
Yeah, Western Michigan again. I bet them at 2.5. I've been talking about it since the Monday show that I like them. Kyle Jack says he's on Miami, Ohio, and now Western Michigan is the favorite, although there is still a pick'em available at Bet Online. Man, I should probably grab him here. Maybe I'll grab him in the afternoon show. It seems like the line move has already happened. I'm not sure if it's going to move any further. Baylor plus 24, a lean. I don't know if I'm going to give that, though. I did give Nebraska as a home dog. They're a bad team, but I did give them some money has come in on Purdue. Thinking about Kansas State, although that line is creeping up as money comes in on Texas. Michigan Northwestern is an interesting game. Arkansas State, Georgia Southern. I bet Georgia Southern at 4. It moved down to 3, and I gave it at 3, and it is still there at 3. Arkansas State's a pretty impressive team, but I feel like they've benefited from turnovers, and Georgia Southern, being such a run-heavy team, is not likely to give them that benefit. So I took Georgia Southern as a dog there. Mississippi State, I took them at -7. It's now up to 7.5 or 8. Again, the TCU line, I'm watching and waiting. I bet TCU at 10.5, thinking about picking it, giving it as a pick, and that line has not moved at all. And it's very interesting to me that there's been no line movement on that TCU game. I would have expected line movement one way or the other. UTEP, I bet it at 11, and I didn't want to give it because I want to do more research. Now it's down to 9.5 or 10, and I wound up giving it as an official pick at 10. Also, a lot of up and down line movement. Florida Atlantic, Middle Tennessee, early line movement. Bet the line up to 5.5. Now it's crashed down to 3, and I would be agreeing with the later line movement. I would have been leaning Middle Tennessee as a home dog, and I still kind of am. South Carolina, Kentucky game, very, very interesting. We'll be discussing that a lot more in the upcoming days. Ohio State, Penn State, very, very interesting. Penn State still a 3.5-point home dog. Not a lot of movement there. Something funny, Jim. Jim laughing like something funny. Notre Dame taking money against Stanford early in the week. People were suggesting that Pac-12 in general is overrated. Stanford, of course, coming off the overtime win, so not a huge surprise that Notre Dame has taken some early money here. I gave Ole Miss plus 12.5. A lot of people suggested that was a mistake, that LSU wins by at least 2 touchdowns, saying Ole Miss doesn't have the depth. They'll wilt in the second half and all that. And that's pretty much it for college football. As far as totals, I did take a shot with the under in Louisiana Lafayette, Alabama. I got it at 67. It's now down to a 66 market wide. Just not sure Alabama's going to be motivated to run up the score that high in this one, so I bet the under in that one, and I should probably give it now before it drops even further. Having a kind of a tough time with totals this week, so nothing really huge on any total plays as of yet.
Yeah, totals really hurt me last week. I can understand that. Baseball Bob liking South Carolina.
Says, I am too.
Yeah.
Kentucky's awesome though, for who they are. Very, very impressive team. Last week, Al McMorty gave Kentucky as a 10-point dog, and of course, we saw what happened. I, though, gave South Carolina over Vanderbilt, and we saw what happened. That was my 2-unit play in the Beat the Brick contest. That one cashed. So, Kentucky, I think, is probably going to have value against vulnerable teams in the upcoming weeks. I don't know if I'd put South Carolina in that category, though. They're looking like a pretty impressive team as well. It's definitely an interesting game, though. Let's see. Other comments coming in?
Yeah, a lot of talk. People liking Notre Dame. And then there was the Ray Williams said Stanford wins outright. So a lot of
Noah Lastar, Stanford wins outright.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
Shit.
Luchase Fox, UAB rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Kelly saying Hawaii hasn't covered as a mainland favorite in years.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that Hawaii spot? Because I saw when I came in here, I was watching Paulie and Teddy, and they were very interested in the over in that game.
In which one?
In the Hawaii game.
In the Hawaii game.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is that? Let me see. Where is that one? Where is the Hawaii game?
I believe it's Hawaii, North Carolina. Is that right?
Yeah. I didn't even know Hawaii was playing this week. Let me see. I have no opinion on that one because I haven't even broken it down. Oh, San Jose State.
Oh, they're playing San Jose State?
Yeah. I have no opinion on that game as of right now. I'm going to have to look into it a little bit later. I mean, I gave it a once-over and have no opinion as of right now.
DJ Big Boss saying this Hawaii team will cover, replying to Dan Kelly. Ray Williams saying Stanford is the real deal. They have their quarterback since Luck. They haven't had a quarterback since Luck and a lot of big targets. Melee Plus way liking Stanford too. DJ Big Boss saying, how is San Jose State going to score? Baseball Bob saying, look at the under in Ohio State game. Points will be scored, but two good defenses. Crypto Capper wondering why Utah is favored at Washington State. On DT Doug's Oregon State plus 21. Yeah, I've got a ton of work to do on this, on both NCAA and NFL at this point.
All right, well, we could talk about this for hours on end, but we'll wrap it up right now. Of course, we will be back at 6 o'clock Eastern time. We'll go over the baseball lines once again, and of course, we'll do more. What's the word?
Natalie Alvarez was asking if you would repeat the MLB plays.
Well, Natalie Alvarez, you did miss the birthday pick because I believe that game is off. Baltimore, Boston, second half over 3.5 minus 120. That's the birthday pick. I'm also on Baltimore, Boston over 9 minus 120. Dodgers, Arizona, second half over 3 minus 140. Atlanta, second half minus 115. That's iffy because DeGrom might throw a complete game. Oakland, first half team total over 2. Milwaukee, first half team total over 2. Minnesota, first half team total over 2. And Oakland minus 1. Those are all my plays. Jimmy the Bag is on. Oakland team total over 4.5 plus 115. And first half team total over 2. San Diego money line plus 107. KC Cincinnati first half under 5. Oakland minus 1. Milwaukee first half team total over 2. And Milwaukee full game team total over 4. And I have a bunch of other leans, but as of right now, those are the plays that Jimmy and I are on right now.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Let's see what if there are any final things. Noah Laster saying VTech will get on Duke. And then Tomor saying Ohio State is a huge coaching advantage against Penn State. And Joe Anisi, excuse me, I remember Joe Anisi says love Utah. And like it. And finally, Susanna says, Pete, write it down.
Okay.
And that's his game of the month is on October 13th with the Ducks. They're going to be plus 10.5 point dogs. He's all over them.
Okay. The Oregon Ducks.
Yeah.
On October 13th.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. I like it. It's play of the month. I love him giving us a heads up on it.
I might not even be alive on October 13th. Where's this coming from? Okay, October 13th. I have written it down. I have copied and pasted it down.
Like.
Okay, that's it. We'll be back at 6 o'clock. Thanks, everyone.